So now let's talk about tuples. Tuples are just like lists that I have already explained you. So let me just give you an overview that how we define a list, and this is a list. And in order to fetch any value from the list, we can use the indices like this. If I want to change the value of first index, I can do it like this. Like it's gonna go to the second index that is referred by 1, and it's gonna change its value to 6, and this can be changeable, but tuples are immutable, means these can't be changed. Once we define tuples, tuples can't be changed. Any of the values within the tuples can't be changed, but there are different way to define tuples. Like I have defined a variable list, and I can define a tuple rather than a square brackets. I can use a simple brackets, and I can then write 2 3 6. With the square brackets I have a list, and with these parentheses I have a tuple, and these values can't be changed. Like if I want to do list 1 equals to 8, it's not recommended and it is not possible. The value 3 can't be replaced with 8 because tuples are immutable. And there are different other ways we can define a tuple. We can also like list 2, and without using brackets I can directly write like A, B, C. And list 2 is a tuple because I haven't used any bracket around these values, and this is a tuple and this is a tuple. And there is a way, like if I want to add, this is an empty tuple, alright, and if I want to create a tuple with just one value, I can do it like 2 comma, and it's compulsory to write a comma after one value even if there is only one value inside the tuple. Alright, this is wrong. This is right because this is a tuple and there should be a one value. Okay, so this is how we define tuples. And in order to access the values from the tuples, like I have defined the two tuples. Now if I print a value from a list, I can use the square brackets just like we do with the lists. And if I run my file, you can see that it has printed 3 right here. Okay, and I can also add a range, like I can write 1 colon 3. Okay, and it means that you need to start from the first index and you need to go to the less than 3, means less than 3 is 2, and this print statement is gonna print out the value that is being referred by the first index, and that is 3, and it's going to up to the less than 3, which is 2, so it's gonna print 3 and 6. So let's run our file, and it has printed 3 and 6, and just like we do with the list, and the same thing can be done with the list too if we define the tuple like this way. Alright, so next we need to use our tuple to change its value. Like if we want to update these values, we can't do it, but there is another way we can change or copy a list of tuples in our code. Like we have this tuple, alright, and if we want to change any value from any index, we can't do it. But if we write list 3 and I want to write list plus list 2, okay, and after that I want to print list 3, and if I run my file, you can see that it has combined the values of both the list with this plus sign. Okay, and no matter if the values of tuples are in integers or in characters or in string, and there are different functions that we can use along with tuple. Just like I explained you in list, we have different functions like length, max, min, and we can also do it with the tuples. Like if I want to get max from list, it's going to return me the maximum value from this list. So let's run our file, and you can see that it has returned me 6 because 6 is the greater value from that list. If I write min it's going to return me the minimum value from that list, and I have a length as well. So let's run our file, and it has returned me 3 because 3 is the length. The total number of values within this tuple will be returned by this length function. Alright, and if I want to check if there is any value exist in the tuple or not, I can do it with the keyword called in. Okay, and I can use if, and I can write 3 in list. Okay, and after that I want to print out true. Okay, let's save our file and run it, and you can see that it has printed true because 3 exists inside this list. If I write 9 right here, it means that I am checking if 9 exists in this list, then print this true or execute the body of this if statement. Alright, and I hope that this shouldn't come inside it because 9 doesn't exist in this list. So if I run my file, you can see that nothing has been printed. Alright, and the last thing that I want to show you, there are a bunch of other functions just like max, min, length. You can find out in the Python docs. The last thing is if you want to delete any tuple, the whole tuple will be deleted. I can't modify once the tuple is created, but if I want to delete any tuple, like print list, I have printed a list, and after that I want to delete this list tuple. I can use a del keyword, and after that I can name the list, the tuple. Okay, and after that if I try to print the list, it should return me an error that list doesn't exist. Alright, first it's gonna print out. In the next print it's gonna say that delete has deleted this list. Okay, so let's run our file, and you can see that first it printed 236 from here, and after that we deleted list using del keyword, and after that I have tried to print the same tuple that is being stored in the list variable, and it hasn't printed anything right here, means that we have deleted our list. That's pretty much it for the tuples. It has different benefits, different criteria, different requirements, depends upon what we want to do in our code.